Welcome to another mandala stone tutorial. This is the largest stone that I have. I have no idea the size, but it will be in the description. I cast this stone myself and I really want to paint another stone again. I've done a lot of paintings lately, but yeah. And I also have some very interesting colors in. So the colors that I'm going to... let's start with the tools that you will need. You will need a white pencil, a compass, a stencil, if I can find mine, that would be handy. I have here kind of a stencil-y thingy like that. I will also probably use this one, which is a triangle bendy thingy. I don't know. I have nail stylus tools. I have dotting rods from the Happy Dotting Company. I have brushes that I may or may not use. I don't know yet. And yeah, I think that's it for colors. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but it spoke to me. So I got some interesting colors in. This is the shade Portobello from Decoart. I also have Plum Suede, and there's just something about this color combination. So those I'm going to use. Oh no, stay. I also have Desert Cactus, Deep Ochre, and for accent I'm probably going to go for Glorious Gold. Maybe I'll also pull in Pearl from Decoart. Where do I have it here? So that's optional. But yeah, I don't know how this will turn out. I don't have a plan, so wish me luck. Wish me luck. I'm going to start though by making the guide marks on the mandala. So let's move everything to the side, or on the stone. So this comes with, it already has a center dot, so I'm just lining up the stencil. I'm going to make guide marks. I don't even know how many guide marks I have here. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, but I also have here, so let's also use those. I'm just going to make a couple and I'm going to extend them myself. Let's see, the other one is in between here, 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 there. And I am going to make circular guide marks a little, just at least on 2 sides. I think I have everything. Yeah. So now I'm grabbing my bendy thingy, and I'm going to line it up in the center. And then just connect everything. I've never actually painted a big one like this before. Let's go to this one first. You have to make sure that you line it up basically over the center of the center dot. Okay, then I'm grabbing my compass. Now this is going to be tricky. So I'm trying to find the center of that center. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's extend this a little. And I'm going to see if it lines up. Let's go a little bit this way. There it lines up. Okay. And apparently I'm also able to spin the stone instead of just spin the Lazy Susan, which is interesting. I want one more on the very side, but it's probably not really going to be straight. That's fine. Okay. Let's also make some in between. I think I'm going to go to Plum Suede for the center dot, Will that be cool? I have no idea. So let's grab a bunch of paint and let's kind of try to figure out what kind of size for the center dot I want. So usually I do pretty big ones. One I have here, the 15.5 dotting rod. And let's see if we can kind of aim for the center. That would be nice. I'm trying to ignore the... It's not as easy on a stone as it usually is. So let's kind of make it a little bit more circular. I think something like that. I think I'm going to go to pearl. Yes. And let's go to 1 millimeter. And create a bunch of dots around it. Okay, okay. Next, I'm going to go to Portobello. Oh, that's a pretty color. Am I still... I don't know how liquidy this paint is. Looks to be a little bit thicker. I still have actually the 1 millimeter here. Spacing is a little bit off, so I'm going to start a new row. Okay, next I'm going to go to deep ochre. Or am I going to go to the green first and then deep ochre? Let's go to the green first and then deep ochre. I was using a 1. Right, I am going to go to, let's go to 1.5. I said the green first, so let's do that. I'm going to go in between. So I'm placing the first dot, then I'm going to skip a dot. And then I'm going to go back in to place it. So skip a dot. This just helps with spacing. I can kind of see better how much space I have between the dots. Oh, that was skipping 2. That's not handy. Okay, I need a 2 millimeter if I can find it here. 2 millimeter and the deep ochre. I'm going to go to 4.5 and let's go to, what was it, Plum Suede. I'm going to make a dot on the border of the cross section. I just don't really know if I'm going to do it every other guide mark or every, so I'm going to start with every other and then we will see. think we're going to keep it every other. Then I'm going to go to Glorious Gold. And I'm going to go to, let's go to a 1. I'm going to walk the dots. And I also want to do some brush strokes. So I have here the 5/0 liner brush from Montmartre. They also have a 5/0 in the US Art Supply, but I'm going to use this one today. Let me think about the color though, the first one. I think I want Portobello. No, yeah, it was Portobello. Let's see if I can execute this. I'm going to start in the center and then I'm going to go down. This is going to be interesting. Like that. I want to be able to fit 2 brush strokes, so I have to make sure that I have room between this brush stroke and the guide mark. So I'm not pushing hard on the brush because they need to be delicate. You can also do this with a stylus tool. And if you see any dots that are touching, like I have here, when everything is dry, you can kind of separate them with a little bit of black paint and then it won't be noticeable. I quite like this color story actually. Okay, I am going to go to a white pearl and a 0.8 millimeter, which is the smallest stylus that I have. I'm going to walk the dots, starting at the end of the petal and then walking them up halfway to frame the tip of the petal. Okay, we're going to go to brush strokes again. I'm going to go, same brush, I'm going to go to the green. And I'm going to frame the petal again, same type of brush strokes as I made before. I do want to leave a little bit of space between the 2 petals, so I have room to put a swoosh in. Okay, I have Glorious Gold and I have 2 stylus tools. I have the 3 millimeter and I have the 0.8. And I'm going to do 1 large swoosh first, and I'm going to aim kind of on the same point that these ended, which is halfway between this guide mark and this guide mark. So I'm kind of aiming the top of the dot I'm going to make on this guide mark. I'm tapping to get more paint off. Then I'm switching to a 0.8 and I'm going to pull the paint all the way to the center. And then I'm kind of going to smooth out the sides here, like that. Next, I think I'm going to go to yellow ochre to create a little bit more dimension, and I want to make 2 swooshes next to this as well. So again with the 3, I'm going to make a dot here and here, and then with that same small tool, the 0.8, I'm going to put up like that. And here I'm going to pull it down because it's just a little bit easier for me. I'm going to go to white pearl again and the 3mm, and we're going to walk the dots. I'm going to start here on the above the petal. On this guide mark I'm going to place a dot, but I'm going to stay to the inner part of the guide mark that we have here, and I'm going to follow the guide mark and walk the dots to the next guide mark just above the swoosh. I'm going to make 2 extra ones there, but I want a smaller tool, so I'm going to go to a tool, still with pearl. Let's make a dot here and one here. I have a plan with a 3mm and the green. I am going to go to this guide mark and I'm going to place a dot, yes, and then 2 dots next to the guide mark, and then 1 below, so that you get that. And I think we're going to do that every other guide mark. And the bottom one ends here on this guide mark, so it's basically 2 guide marks high. Okay, then we're going to go to am I going to Glorious Gold? Yes, I'm going to go to Glorious Gold, and let's go to a 1.5. And I'm going to frame the petal by walking the dot. So I'm going to go place a top dot first, and then I'm going to follow the shape like that. So basically we made very tiny triangle shapes now. Okay, back to brush strokes. I have the 5/0 brush again. I'm going to start with Portobello, which is that lighter grayish color. Let's see if we can execute this. Let me try. I don't even know if I can show you, but let me try. I'm going to outline the petal. And I'm going to start on this guide mark just below the gold dot. I hope I recorded what I just did, but with the shade Deep Ochre, I did another brush stroke. I hope I recorded it, but you never know with me. I am going to go to the next color, which is going to be... I'm going to go to the green. I can. Let's see. These will be shorter again. And I'm trying not to let them touch in the middle. Okay, I'm going to go to Glorious Gold, and let's go to a 4. I have this one, which is also a ball stylus, but then in, yeah, I want to say the shade 4, the size 4, and I'm going to place a gold dot in between the petals. With white pearl and the 3mm, I'm going to make the same edge here as I did here. So on the center line, I'm going to place the biggest dot. Let's just do that all the way around first. Then I'm cleaning off the tool. And then I'm going to walk the dots out to the petals. And I'm staying above this circular guidework, so more in. I'm going to grab the 3mm and the green, and I'm going to make a series of swooshes. I'm going to start, I hope I can show you. I'm going to start here. There. I'm grabbing a small tool and I'm going to pull it down basically until the stone stops curving. Wait, let me show you. So up until there, so which is basically the widest part of the stone. That's where I want to stop. Yes? Yes. I'm going to do that on every guide mark. So place a dot and then drag it down. This is a little bit tricky, but we can manage. Okay, I'm back. What I actually did, I love this color scheme so much that I put it into pots because I want to make more in this color scheme. What I also did is I have the, what is this called? The Desert Cactus with white in this one. And here I have the dark ochre with white, kind of half-half. That's what I did. Yes. The next thing that we're going to do is this. So we already did these, right? I need the 3 and I need the 0.8. So next I'm going to go to Portobello with the 3. And then I'm going to make 2 dots. I think I can actually pull with the 1.5. It's a little bit of a wonky angle, but an angle, not ankle. actually think if I do it like this, it will be easier. And I'm right. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the yellow, deep ochre. And then we're going to go to Portobello. So you can just do this in a row, you know, every color separately. But I'm just going to show you what I did because this is so difficult to film. Oh, other side, 0.8. Oh, I need to clean it. So that you get those. And I'm going to do that all the way around. But I just wanted to film one because it's very, very difficult. So let me do that and then I'll be back. I'm going to go to Glorious Gold and I think a 13 millimeter. I'm going to make a top dot here. Make sure it's nice and round. I cannot make it round apparently. So there are some places that I dug my fingers in, especially here around the sides, but I will fix that later and clean it up with some black paint. I think I'm going to try some top brush strokes there. So let me get the brush. I'm going to mix Portobello and some white. Oh yeah, that's a nice color. So this is Portobello and this is Portobello with white. And I'm going to need a very small brush for this, I think. So this is the smallest brush in that set. So we're going to go to that one. I'm going to try to do a top brush stroke here. You don't have to do this if you're painting with me, but I'm going to try it anyway. I have a very, very small amount on the brush. Okay, and then I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to go to that green, which was Desert Cactus with that white that I mixed extra. Yeah. You can close as well. And I'm going to do the same on the green. Okay, I'm going to go to Glorious Gold and the 3 millimeter, and I'm going to place a top dot there. Okay, with that same brush, I'm going to go do brush strokes on this, and I'm going to start with the lighter shade of Portobello that I made. Maybe this brush is a little bit too small for what I'm doing now, but let's try a different brush. I'm actually just going to use the 5/0 that I used to initially do those brush strokes, because it has a finer tip, but then very minimum amount on the tip of the brush. I think this is a bit better. Next, I'm going to go to the regular Portobello for these. And these are fiddly, but I don't know, I just really think they're worth it. Okay, next is that lighter ochre that I mixed. And then the lighter green. I'm going to go to 2mm and Glorious Gold, and I'm going to put top dots on these green dots here. Okay, with Glorious Gold and a 5mm, I'm going to make dots in between those swoosh patterns to just fill up that space a little bit more. And then I'm going to let her dry. Put a coat of UV resin on top. And then I will be back to show the finished result. Here she is, all done. Well, almost all done. She's not varnished yet, because that will give a lot of shine, and you can just see the colors a little bit better when it is a little bit matte, at least on camera. So I am going to varnish this with a UV resin. Yeah, this is how this one turned out. And I really love the design. There are some issues with this one, honestly. If I see here, this center is very, very wonky. But this one is for myself anyway. So I love the color scheme. And I love the color scheme so much that I actually created another one. This one, same color scheme, a little bit of a different feel to it. This one will be on sale soon. This one is for myself, and I think I'm going to create more in this color story, different sizes, because I just really, really love this. So yeah, let me know what you thought about the video. Are you going to recreate it? If you want to shop any of my art, make sure to check out the link in the description box, or send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram handle is listed in the description box as well. And then this was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos that I have here on my channel, because I also do paintings, not just rocks. I'm going to wish you a fantastic day, fabulous evening, happy painting, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye.